I think my story started when I was much younger, when I was in school, where I faced a lot of bullying as a student, both from my classmates, from my seniors. And I also experienced a lot of gender-based violence because being a girl. And that violence would range across a lot of different things from, being beaten to molestation, which I think speaks to the truth that a lot of Indian women face this. But I started volunteering with women. So the organization that I worked with, Delta Women, they were looking at putting together a school for children in Delta State. I was insignificant, I still am, but that work to have made an impact for the President of the United States to have thought of it as worthy of giving a medal, that felt tremendous. I began to work with different organizations and recognizing that gender was a very common basis of discrimination. And people didn't understand the dynamics of gender. Red Elephant was in the making, it just didn't find its outlet until a certain point, which happened to be the 16th December incident in Delhi. So it started out with me telling my story on my blog. Former bullies came back to me to apologize, which was so transformative because it set two people free in each conversation, myself and every person who hurt me, and walked away with the guilt. So that became a model that went to schools, and when classrooms started showing response and became zero tolerance spaces for bullying, we realized we had some kind of a formula in place. We started telling stories. We would talk to people and literally transcribe their stories. Fundamentally, storytelling is the basis of the tools. We also do a lot of things with games and hands-on activities. And we also engage with existing stories in different cultures. So like I said, when I'm coming at you with a belief that you hold, where you think, say, men are superior and patriarchy is the best hypothetically, I'm coming at you asking you to move away from that thinking because that's harmful to you as well as to everybody else who's negotiating their life with you. So what I will do for you is to start by giving you a safe space, saying anything you say will not be judged. You say what you're going to say, and I'm going to say what I'm going to say. And then I'm going to take you through a range of activities. It's going to hold up a mirror. So you look into the reflection that you see in the mirror and figure out where those things have to start working for you to actually look at yourself and feel comfortable about it. So we do that with culture and culture-based stories because a lot of the conditioning sets in from culture. Yeah. So we take fables from your culture, present them to you and ask you to look at it in the right view. And say to you, this is exactly what your culture tells me. Now, how about we unpack the difference between what your culture tells me and what you think your culture tells me? And then help you, align with that. So it's about giving you the tools that help you rethink things that you've seen or you've understood and then implementing that thinking in your everyday life. When we start with building spaces for people to do workshops with us and to engage with us, the first space or requirement for it is safety. If you can present yourself as vulnerable to another person, they will see that they can trust you. If I called it center for something, I would be intimidated and not show up at work. So, and it's also the kind of organization that people take too seriously. We wanted to be able to get people to feel friendly with the work. So the idea is to paint the elephant in the room red until we take notice of it and talk about it. The story of Saahas actually started from a friend, an Indian woman from Chennai, who moved to the UK and found herself rudderless without any support. So it speaks so much to the problem, right? The nature of the problem. You can be anywhere in the world and face the issue, and you need to just have the resources to face that. So we looked at, initially we did look at just India and the cities, but then this one case which actually inspired the movement kind of broadened the perspective. So 196 countries as well as those that are not geographically designated as countries, so to speak, regions of the world. When I started with Saahas, it was a web app. It was using the Ushahidi platforms online to map organizations. Now that, when you convert into an app, does not render well on a phone because you need a full spread. It just needed to be done and I had to take a leap of faith. So I taught myself to code. The response has been overwhelming, very honestly, because like you said, we're not out there, we're not in everyone's face, we're not a brand that everyone knows of. But in spite of that, we've been able to help close to 7,000 survivors that we know of. So the model that the Red Elephant works on is, give me your time when you can. Give me your skills if you can, when you can. I'm a volunteer, I don't take any pay from the organization. We just believe that if you believe that you want to give the world something, you have the skills, the drive and the desire to do it. We're one of many places where you can work. So one of the things that I've been very conscious about with the Red Elephant Foundation is to know that it is working and to know that the solutions we have a future. And this is one of the fundamental reasons why I decided that we will not seek funding. Because until we know that this is working, that money can be put into it, I didn't want to do that. From a zero funded model in the sense that we have zero administrative costs apart from just our website costs. We do not engage with an office space because we can be digital and our volunteers contribute when they have time. The problem persists only because the problem persists. Every organization, every feminist, every woman who has fought this, every trans person, every man, every non-binary gender entity who has fought for it, has fought for it. And those fights matter. This is a space where more the collaboration, more impactful the change will be. Lesser the competition, more impactful the outcome of the product will be. When the past has constantly told you that your leaders and your role models are men, what leaders and role models can you present for women in the future? When you're telling them about equality and futures where they can reclaim spaces, what are we basing it on? So many spaces that women occupy today is because some woman worked for this, for nameless, faceless, countless women in the future who she'll never know or meet. And that's the kind of legacy we need to pay forward. The point is, if I can go to sleep every night, recognizing that at least one person has benefited and no person has been harmed because of actions that I have taken, thoughts I've had or beliefs I've presented, and that's all I'm aiming for.